All right. I want to start off by saying Ka Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Bahashim Makar Kwadash Brakat Yahweh Brakat Yahweh Shai Brakat Yahweh Brakat Yahweh Shai Brakat Yahweh Brakat Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone in Israel, Kwam Yasharala. Peace and blessing to the brothers out there pushing this word of truth, the labor of love. And this is GMS Joplin, and have a lesson here. It's on prophecy, and you know, it's the most important things. We're gonna jump into that, what the scripture says about it, and go forward. But I want to start off here. Then ended up going to YouTube and putting in prophecy here, or what does it say? And as you can see, there is lots of different prophecies, different videos, rather, clips on prophecies. Okay, hit on that, go down, and I want to say Salakia too, brothers. I got that recorder from before, screen recorder, and it wasn't what I thought. I didn't realize it until the video uploaded. So back using this other one, and Aparatazad, that this is gonna work out. Anyway, but yeah, go down here, and there's prophecies, watchers, prophecies, and the real deal about prophecy. Let's go to the scriptures. This is Romans, in the book of Romans, chapter 9. Prophecies all over. That's the wonderful place, thing about it. The prophecies, you could, people don't like what we say, what we say, as if they don't believe what we're telling them while we're reading it directly out of the scriptures. All right. Now that don't make no sense. You just don't love the Bible. You just don't believe in the Bible. If you're going to say, no, that was back in the day, so it doesn't count. Even my own mama would be like, well, she asked questions. Wouldn't the Lord know that capitalism would take over and not just racism, but slavery would be a part of that, but that would be the greater good for all this madness, not subscribing to the aspect of identifying who are the people of damnation, all right? Also the other nations that have been against Israel. The churches, they love to scream about, the God of Israel, and do these Israel dances and sing these songs that sound quote-unquote Middle Eastern. I grew up in that mess, But just to prove that the Bible has scriptures back and forwards, Salakia, the Bible has scriptures in an Old and New Testament, all right? From one beginning of the book to the end. Start off with book of Romans, chapter 9. Let's see. We're just going to go right into it. It is let's get it in Genesis. That's the way I'll recognize it, all right? So this is book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 12. It says, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. All right. So this is prophecy. The book of Romans, chapter 9, is a wonderful chapter. But this in particular is like, speaking of what goes all the way back to Genesis. All right. Book of Genesis. Yeah, that's not it. Let's go to the blue letter. Bible Hub ain't have it. It's book of Genesis, chapter Genesis chapter 25 will be the same thing, all right? Let's go to verse 23, all right? And it says, and Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elders shall serve the younger. So here it is in the first book of the Bible. We're going all the way to some of the last books, all right, in the King James Version Bible, all right, and it says the same thing. Now, if a lot of times we read those scriptures, and that's not the one necessarily they disagree, but now they start picking apart what prophecy to believe in. No, it's not. I can't do that, even though I see it twice. Here's another example. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 2. All right, Daniel chapter 2. And this is verse 44. All right. And in the days of the kings shall be the God, the power of heaven. Let me start over again. And in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. All right, wonderful. Daniel 2 is a powerful chapter. A lot of prophecies. The elders was going over it this weekend. Psalms, we go to the book of Psalms chapter 45 verse 6, all right, and it says, thy throne, O power, is forever and ever. The scepter of thy kingdom is a right scepter. All right. So there, when you talk about scepter, you're talking about a kingdom, a king and a ruler. All right. Same thing back in Salakia Daniel 2. All right. And in the days the kings shall the power of heaven set up the kingdom. Similar scriptures talking about exact same thing. Precepts about these scriptures as well. All right. And people don't get the correlation, or they just don't, they refuse, all right? The Most High has blinded them from being able to get it, all right? That's why when you look on YouTube, you know, you see all type of people. You see the Prophecy Watchers. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of the Prophecy Watchers, all right? Sharing the ancient prophecies. Well, how about Amalek and Esau? You can talk about that in Obadiah. Those are the ancient prophecies. Those are things that you should be speaking of that have that have everything to do. Look at this brother looking like Dolomite with his soul patch and his just handlebar mustache. All right, very, very important. All right, but look. They'll speak about, and Esau does go very into detail, as Apostle Elder Tahar said, into prophecy, and they do go into a lot of the specifics. It's really nice and wonderful and everything, but not into anything what really matters in this time of day. All right, and the speaking of what needs to happen. Look at this picture. Oh shoot, I didn't even mean to click on it. I mean, but look at this picture they got. And they got it up there in Revelation's prophetic movement. And that's the picture of a man coming from Bethlehem at that time. All right. John Hagee. And I used to listen to John Hagee very, very commonly. Because he used to have those cut out. He'd go to church, and just like this man has this huge TV or poster on the church stage, he would have that too, but he'd have like 10 or 15. And he'd be so-called breaking down prophecies. All right? But the one thing is that if you're not speaking of the prophecies of what's going on right now, and of the end times as well, and who shall inherit the kingdom, and who are the people that are promised who are the people? Perry Stone. He's another one that's very famous into, is that him here too? I had a picture, I think that was him. Yeah, Perry Stone. But I used to go to this church here. I've been to it at least. I ain't say I used to go to a Victory here. I've been here. I'm not sure if I've seen him before, because I used to see all these speakers, whatever, when I was younger. But, you know, hey, not one of them is coming. New message, September 29, Perry Stone. What's Perry Stone talking about? Just the Middle East and things like that. A lot of times they do go to these things. But why aren't these preachers and so-called pastors, all right, blasting up a fake name? You could tell they started with the name was off initially, all right? So that was the first thing about them that was off about amongst